Okay, from there we'll move straight to athletics.
Yeah, athletics. The World Indoor Championships in Birmingham. Team Nigeria is, represented not the largest squad, but still some very good athletes there, hoping and wishing to represent Nigeria. Nigeria very, very well. Before we look at some of the action that has gone down in the World Championships in Birmingham, let's look at Nigeria's schedule for today. Nigeria will be in action today in the 400 meters. That's Patience Okon George will be in action. Cecilia, that's a Nigerian outdoor champion. She's a veteran, and our chances of getting to the final, I'm not too sure about. Okay. But I think we'll have a better idea when we see her come out in the heat by 12:45 p.m. Nigerian time today. Also in action, here, Cecilia, because we have Tobiloba Amusan, who's unarguably Nigeria's best sprinter right now. She does the hurdles, and that's the 100 meters hurdles. She'll be in action against Sally Pearson. Sally Pearson is very, very famous customer, very, very fierce competitor, so that's going to be a very tight one. And look at Lindsay Lindley as well, to Kendra Harrison.
Yeah.
Oh, these are all
world
top
record holders. Yeah, I'm like, when I saw it, I'm like, okay.
Oh my days.
But then we'll give them a chance. Sometimes when you're running side by side with champions, it gives you that edge. You just want to go faster. And just remember the impact Divan Duduru is actually having now. That's after the impact Usain Bolt had on him.
Seriously,
after running side by side with him and the World Championship. I'm just like, trying to go back there. He's having a fantastic season. We've seen, what it's done. But then let's, come back to what we have here. You mentioned Toby Amusan earlier, Sally Pearson. She's a world champion.
Right.
And of course, 100 meters 2017 for Toby Amusan. She's been fantastic.
She's had a good start to the season.
She's had a good start to the season. So we'll just wait and see when the action starts later in the day. 6:37 p.m. That's when it's competing heat 7. So we'll watch out for that one.
Wish them all the best.
All the best
in their heats. Hopefully they can advance to the next round of their different competitions. Still at the World Indoors in Birmingham. And like I said, action has started in earnest already, and we already have a gold medalist and very interesting Russian has defeated the Olympic champion in the high jump event.
Yep, interesting one, because if you check these guys, when they're competing, Olympic, athletes from Russia.
Olympic athletes from Russia.
No, this one is athletes from Russia. I mean, neutral. They're competing as neutral. That was at the Olympics.
Olympics,
Daniel Lysenko, Maria Laskene are the ones who represented their country at the World Indoor, but they as neutral athletes, and for them to be really on their heel, getting the gold medal. And the ones you just saw, as usual, Ethiopians, chasing the finish line. Netherlands, Sifian Hassan and Laura Moa couldn't just do it. Gazebe Dibaba, she was the one who got that right at the 3,000 meters line, just having that solo performance. Also, you have this.
That's the high jump you're talking about. I mean, this lady right there, she's just unbeatable. She's incredible. She's arguably the best high jumper in the world. I'm talking about Maria Lisitkina. She's the best, and she's actually proven it by winning the high jump gold as well too in Birmingham. And it's going to be a very, very. It's turning out to be a very interesting competition already, even though we're just on day 2, and I expect the subsequent days as well to be just as much as impressive. This is the high jump competition we're talking about earlier. I think we should just let's just enjoy and see how this one panned out between Daniel Lysenko and Bashem.
Please acknowledge your IAAF World Indoor Championship medalists.
So that's their day one at the World Indoors in Birmingham. And we saw the athletes representing Russia. Yeah. Okay. Representing Russia. How do you even use it?
Okay,
confusing,
athletes
right?
from Russia.
Yeah.
So they're more like IAAF property. This particular, so the flag that was raised from IAAF. So athletes from Russia. That's what they're competing as neutral. So the difference is Olympic athletes from Russia, and this one are athletes from neutral athletes from Russia.
So they're competing as neutrals. That's the bottom line. That's because the IAAF have not lifted the ban
at all
on Russian athletics. Sebastian Coe, the president of the federation, has been explaining just why.
I think the IOC has consistently recognized that the eligibility criteria within the sport has to be with the international federations. It has to be for the international federations to decide the eligibility of the athletes. And what do we mean by that? Simply, you know, are they in systems that are clean? Are they in systems that, to the best satisfaction of the international federation, is good enough? So it has to be for the international federations to make that judgment, and we have made that judgment. You know, the basic principle here, for me, has always been very clear. It's how can we separate the clean athletes from a tainted system? How can we get clean athletes into competition? And I think we've done that in a sensible and a proportionate way. We will have neutral athletes here. We had them in London. We had them in other competitions next year. But it is a very, very clear process, and it's a process that has served us well.